Found a brick. Found a brick. I found a brick. And I can see words on it. Hi everyone, and welcome to a video with a difference. Yes, today I'm starting out the shed as I introduce our brick special. Now, over the time that we've been doing Let's Go, bricks have become rather central to my personal journey in river walking, beachcombing, mudlarking. Everywhere I go, I can be heard to say, I found a brick. And it's not just me. Oh no, this is catching on. Because this particular video was inspired in my mind by a comment that was left this week by Janet Sides, when she told me that her 8-year-old grandson watches with her all of our shows. And they began mudlarking themselves this summer. And every time they're out, if her grandson, her little 8-year-old, finds a brick, he shouts, "Granny, I found a brick!" Like Phil. And he's not the only one. Yes, bricks are catching on, folks. From 8-year-old out with Granny, right through to Mary's husband John, who now has more bricks than I do, and they're all in her garden. Yes, across the age ranges, people are catching on to the idea that an item that we once thought was so mundane actually is a little time capsule that carries a message from our history. And as we go on this journey, you're going to see not only the bricks we found and some of the history behind them, but also our personal journey as our camera techniques improved, and so did our camera. And I'm sure you'll see the difference as you go along. But it isn't just people that follow the channel that are getting into I found a brick. Caroline is doing it too.
Phil has gone wandering. I'm left all on my own, but I have found a brick. This is a nice one. I've never seen one of these before. Atlas. Very interesting. Stick it into the sunshine. You can see that clearly. Oh, I like that. Atlas.
Yes, that was Caroline there finding a brick in the river when we were on a trip to Scotland. Now that Atlas brick, when I actually researched it, there's more than one company that had Atlas embedded into the brick. But we're pretty sure that due to where we found it, it was probably from West Lothian, rather than the Atlas Brick Company of New York. But of course, we don't just find them as we travel far and wide. We find an awful lot of interesting bricks very near to home. Let's have a little look at some of those we found here in Wales.
There's a big old gnarled tree above us. And this magical grotto beneath it. I wonder who lives here. More water seeping in over there. You can see a lot of this iron that's coming out from underground, leaching into the rivers. Not very nice stuff, but at least it's a pretty colour.
I've got a brilliant brick.
Oh, Brickman's found a brick. Go on then, what's your brick?
Yeah, now see, it's not Tredegar.
No?
Star Brick Company, is it?
Oh yes, Star Brick Company.
That's a new one.
Yep.
I think we found a bit of a board of bits and pieces here.
All right, Phil's found something. Let's go have a look. Sounds exciting. Careful where you tread, everyone. This ground is really uneven, and every now and again you get a piece where you start to sink, so just be a little bit careful. Oh, wow, Phil's already found some good stuff.
There he smashed, but that's the price you pay for the storm.
Something and Evans, AS, so I say Thomas and Evans, because that's a good Welsh name. RT here to probably Porth, probably or possibly the pop factory originally. We'll have to have a look. Oh, now is that plain or patterned? Oh, that's pretty. Oh, we like that. Whoop, it dropped a bit. Oh,
But it's a big piece.
Pottery! Oh, a nice jar. That's a big jar. I don't know if they made marmalade jars in that size or whether it was something else. Quite a substantial chunk, that. We found this little beach here, so...
Yeah, it's a bit more than a beach though.
Right.
Because, see where this is washed away?
Yep.
That is your circle down there.
Yes.
Now I think it's actually washing out of here.
Right, so
I think,
we can have a look. Oh, I can see a bit of a teapot. Right, we have to get down here. I'll put these by my other piece that I dropped, so we can come back with those and let's have a look, see what we can see. Which way should we go first? Should we go that way?
I'm just going to check.
Oh, that way.
Oh, well, I can see what that is now. That's a piece of ridged pottery.
All right.
That is bare edge.
It is, isn't
And
it?
because it's bare edge, that means it hasn't been washed to here. It's more likely to be washed out of here.
Yeah.
So
it could be
a lot that's probably washed from here. But this feels like it should have stuff in it. Don't know what that is.
Ooh, now is that plain or patterned? Oh,
It's textured,
it's
isn't it?
textured, yes. That's very pretty. It's like a, I don't know, what do you say about that? Some sort of floral thing with a red line? That is nice. It's got some sort of relief decoration on the back. And feels a bit bisque as well. Have a good look at that later when we get home.
Now I can see a chunk of blue and white there.
Should we go that way? It's beckoning me, I know.
You go that way, I'll just have a little look downstream a bit in case there's
Okay.
a spot in the field.
You go that way, I go this way. What's this? It's a bit of plain. Oh, is that what I think it is? Oh, yes it is. We have never found a clay pipe so close to home. It's only the stem. But still, look at that. Are you impressed? I'm impressed. But there's a saucer here. Before we go any further, I must look at this saucer or plate. Yes, it's a saucer and it's plain white. Right, we'll wander along. Don't forget, shout if you see something. Oh, that's a big lump. Oh, hello, Mr. Slug. Right, that's a sort of ridge pottery, a bit more modern, I'd say, though. Seems to be quite clean on the bottom. I can see something else, though. That's a cute little handle of a teacup. Right, let's keep looking. What's this here? It's round. I don't think it's a coin. Oh, that seems to be brass. I wonder if that's a knob of an old radio. I think it could be. Right, we'll clear this away because that shouldn't be here.
I found a brick. Right by your foot.
Oh yes. What's on this brick? Let's have a look.
It's one we've seen before now.
Oh, it's a Tredegar, isn't it?
It's Tredegar. I think Tredegar and Ebervale are neck and neck now on the race for which one we've got the most of. But I'll have to check on Tredegar, but I did read up this week in answering a comment to someone that in 1955 the Ebervale Brickworks produced 20 million bricks in a year.
That's a lot.
Probably explains why we find the odd one or two. And I think Tredegar probably produced somewhere near the same.
Yep.
Well, let's keep looking.
Aha, Phil's found another brick. Oops.
Beaufort?
Oh yes. Whoops,
Possibly.
I'm falling over. It's very slippery.
Think so?
Yes, Beaufort
B-E-
Brick Company.
A-U-F-O-R-T, Beaufort Brick Company Limited.
There we go.
There you go. Tidy. I found a brick. Found a brick.
Oh, let's go and have a look. What have you found, Mr. Johnson?
I would say, if you have a look carefully, south
Yes.
Rhondda.
Oh yes.
South Rhondda. A brick from the Rhondda Valley.
We haven't one of those before.
No, that's a nice find. Another bit of brick.
Let's have a look.
Just to prove we are in Welsh Wales. Look at that for a word.
Ooh, that's cum.
It's definitely cum.
Let's have a look. Cum Gos, I'd say.
But there we go, another bit of Welsh brick. Bit of Welsh history.
I can see a big piece there. Can you see it? Now that's plain, but on this side, there's a little bumpy bit. No idea what that is.
It's like a piece of cheese.
Oh yes. This is pretty. Can you see this? Milk glass. There's a little pot originally. Little swill. You'll eat wildlife off it. That's nice. Another teeny bit of blue. Can you see how deep it's getting there? I don't think we better go in further. Oh, it's a bit shallower here, so I can use my hands. Oh, that's got something on it. Yes, there. What about this? Oh, yes. More pattern again. We're doing very well here with pattern.
Oh, I got another brick.
Oh dear, the brick man has found another one.
Brick. Took a bit of reading.
What have you got?
Abersachen.
Oh, Abersachen.
Yeah, that's not a word you hear often.
No. Well then everybody at home, try saying Abersachen.
Abersachen. I have not seen an Abersachen brick. I didn't even know they had a brickworks in Abersachen. So it's probably a good old brick. Oh, I'm a happy boy. 3 bricks in 20 metres.
Ooh, you're a genius.
Yes, that certainly brought back some memories, putting that footage together. And as you see, very often we stroll along and it's, I found a brick, I found a brick. But there are times, shall we say, when getting a brick proves to be challenging.
Phil has spotted a brick.
I've seen a brick.
Right the way down there. That is a long way. But he's determined he can get down, so let's see. If he breaks a leg now, there's nothing I can do. I certainly can't drag him back up.
Gravity is with me going down.
Yeah, it's going to be funny seeing you come back up.
I have to levitate to get back up. If that hasn't got a word on it now, I'm in trouble. Even worse. If it says Tradiga, I give up.
Possibly does. I've looked down on the beach and I can't see anything that's going to lure me down an 8-foot drop. Well, what's the verdict?
It says Tradiga. But
yes.
there's something else on there.
Oh look.
NCB.
NCB Tradiga.
Now whether that's National Coal Board or
I would
whether
have thought
that's
so, we'd check it out.
something else, but NCB Tradiga.
Very nice.
So worth risking life and limb for a decent brick.
He says that, but he hasn't climbed back up yet.
I spotted a brick.
Oh right, what does it
Tell
say?
in the dark, but no, it's a baldy one. See, there's marks, but not words.
Very difficult to walk around here. No, it says Ebru Vale.
What's there?
Yep.
I couldn't see it yet. It's too dark.
Yep, that's an Ebru Vale brick.
Of course, Ebru Vale, famous for the steelworks.
Yes.
So we're in the midst of an ironworks with a brick that comes from a town that's famous for its steelworks. Awful lot of metal around these parts. I wonder if there's any in the river.
Right, and that's what it looks like. That's as far up as we can see. And there's a corner. Please note I'm being very brave. I don't know how long for, but I'm brave at the moment. Oh, there's something round there. What do you think that is?
There we are. It's a solid tyre on a metal rim.
I wonder what that was off. Scooter, do you think? Child's scooter from the 50s, 60s?
Well, it means there could be some rubbish in here.
Oh, look, I was right about it being a scooter.
Oh,
There's the other bit of the scooter. Let's go and have a look. I hope you can see properly. There we go. One good old vintage scooter.
I say your torch is much better than mine.
It is. Right, let's turn round and have a look how far we've come in. Ooh, we've walked a long way.
The neck of the rock there, look.
Right.
It was on the ground like that. I thought it was a bottle sticking up out of the ground.
Oh, that would have been brilliant. Look at that.
Just like a bottle sticking up the ground.
Quite a lot of spiders around here. Right, saying that, I'm going to rub the top of my head because I felt something touch it. Bit of cobweb, I think, but no spider. Right, just keep looking. Did you fall over?
No, I just walked into the spike.
Ow!
Look, I had my hard hat on. Oh, I just walked straight into that.
Yeah, painful. So there's a boulder brick. Ooh.
That stuff coming out of the drain, that is.
Oh look! There's a ladder. In an emergency situation, you can climb up there. Oh, you can see right outside. Well, that's useful.
There's a door there.
Oh, look, it's even got a letterbox on it. Let's see if we can, hopefully you can see this. There's a letterbox.
Oh, it's stuck.
Oh,
Yeah, you can post a letter. Running off and leaving me in the dark.
Come on, I've done my bit. My bravery is running out. I'd like to make a move now.
And a brick.
Oh, anything on your brick?
No, not much luck. All the bricks are baldy today, isn't it?
Baldy bricks everywhere. No, nothing on there. Oh.
No, baldy brick.
Poor old Phil.
Oh, hang on.
Oh, what's Phil found? Oh, it's found a brick with some writing on. Pop it on the rock. We'll have a look. Nice. Little picture there. Green wood.
Greenwood, does that look like?
Could well be. It looks like when I get home I'll double check. Anything on those?
SBH, is it?
Looks like, yeah.
Yes, isn't it? Oh, very well. Found a couple of bricks.
Oh, another green wood brick. There we go.
This down the way up. We were so eager.
Yes, we were very keen.
Yes. Shall we say that there were times when I have risked life and limb to get a brick. And of course you don't know what you're going to get till you actually arrive on the spot, pick it up and have a look. Because it could be one you've seen a dozen times before, but it could be that elusive brick that you've never come across. So within reason, you go the extra mile if you're a brick enthusiast. But even brick enthusiasts sometimes meet their match. And here are two incidents when I met my match. One, down at the beach in Porthcawl, a place that holds so many happy memories for Caroline and myself over the years. Not just taking our children there, but of course it's where we spent our honeymoon. And the other is Splot Beach. Now there's a place for brick enthusiasts.
I love the texture on these rocks. It's where they've had years and years of being washed by the waves and the wind and the sand. And they've turned into this almost lunar landscape. Oh, here's a brick. We found a brick, Phil. Do you want to come and check out if it's worth taking a look at? Rather green. What do you think? Is there something on this brick or not? It's completely wedged.
It's in there.
That's not coming out. Oh, what a shame. Let's have a look. No, can't see anything on it. Can you see anything, anyone? No, I think it's a baldy one.
I don't know.
Let's have a look this side.
Could be something else, you know.
Now tip it upside down so you can check for me. Oh yes, there's writing there.
Right. Before I dig that out, let me show you what I found since I last spoke to you and did my disclosure.
Oh wow, we don't usually get much sea glass here, but look at that.
Neat boots.
That's a decent handle.
Yeah, just found all those as I just walked along the pools.
Very impressive.
Now I can pop those in my pocket, my secret pocket, with the rest, and then I can get to grips with this.
I would be surprised if you get that from there, but we'll leave you to it and have a look. I've spotted something here.
Put my glasses on.
Oh, it's a piece of something. There's a fossil here on the rock. There. Not quite sure what it was. I'm guessing at a limpety type thing. And here's a live limpet hiding in his shell until the tide comes back in.
Right, as expected I have failed.
Oh.
Nature has prevailed. These rocks have got a grip on that stone, on that brick. But I have managed to clear it and I can read it.
Oh, so what does
have
it
a
say?
little look, see if you can see it with the camera.
Right, hold tight.
I believe there's a T up in this end and it runs diagonally. It says Tondu. Tondi. Tondi. So that's a brick I never seen before, and I certainly didn't expect to find a brick on this beach with a word on it, as I said earlier. But there we go. You never know what you're going to find, and you won't find nothing if you don't look. And we'll just keep on looking. Now, obviously, on a beach like this, I have to be particular about what bricks I take.
Yeah.
And you may think you're mad if you're going to actually dig a brick out to take it home.
Yeah.
But you haven't seen this brick.
Oh, right. Where is it?
Right here. I like this brick.
S.J. Graig, the British made.
Yes, I think that's a lovely looking brick. And Graig the. I don't know if I can get him out. This is that metal again, isn't it?
Yep.
So it may be defeated. But I'm going to try. And I'll let you know how I get off. If at first you don't succeed, try again. Told you I might find another Graig the brick, and I have.
There we go. It's in the beach rather than in a big chunk of metal.
SJ, Graig the. Do you think that says British made?
Probably.
That's what the other one said. And look at that. Super thin one.
They're heavy though, isn't it?
Got to give it a try though, innit?
No.
You can't leave a beach like this with less than 6 bricks.
You sure? I can.
But more often than not, it's not the actual composition of the brick or the shape of the brick that, or the colour of the brick that really makes it something of interest. That can be the case, but generally the brick can be just standard size, standard colour, standard shape, but it's what's written on it that really makes the difference. You're looking for the words because that's what creates the interest. Some letters here.
All right.
Don't know how much of this we can get.
PD1. Oh, that's a big lump of rock. Well, stone, what is it? The brick, is it? Is it a marker to say, I've seen those, they sign that there's something underneath the pavement or the road when they need to dig it up, like a water main or a drain?
That's okay. Of course.
That's my guess.
First thing that comes to mind when I see the letters PD, which I'm not saying is relevant on this occasion, is Powell Differin.
Oh, right, yes.
Because Powell Differin were the company that owned the mines around here.
Right.
So I'm not saying this is necessarily linked to that. It could be something completely different. But the PDs, that's what they used to call it.
Right.
They weren't a popular bunch with the working men, obviously, and the reference was to PDs.
Right, what about that there?
PDs.
Is that another one?
Oh, look now.
Let's see if there's PD on this one. And is it PD1 or PD some other number?
It's a bit more worn, isn't it? Oh, hang on.
Stourbridge something brothers.
Right.
I wonder if there are any more around.
Let's have a look.
Look, here's some writing over here. On this one.
Oh, no.
A and J Rudry. I think it's A and
I've never
J.
had a Rudry brick before.
It's an engineering brick, it's very heavy.
It's very heavy and very thin. Possibly an engineering brick or a brick for a tunnel.
Oh yes, could be.
You know, where they put them all like this, all the way around.
Do they make that noise then?
It does. It always makes that noise. When you put them in, they go.
Oh, interesting.
You didn't know that. You learned that here. And if you believe that, you believe anything.
Well, every twist and turn, you just find more bottles. Let's have a look at some. Pick some up. What's this one? There's nothing written on that, but it's a knobbly bobbly one. And I don't know what was in these. They always just look like they should be port bottles because of the shape. Malt vinegar, I think that says. Ooh, it's not malt vinegar now.
Cowburns Limited, Burnley.
Oh, that's a nice one too.
Not nice.
What does it say around? That was limited, was it?
Limited.
Right.
Cowburns Limited. Oh, hang on. Headquarters,
Oh.
Burnley.
Oh,
There
wow.
you go. Look at that. I love the way they wrote headquarters on the bottom of the bottle.
Lovely. Another sauce bottle there. We're looking for the weird and wonderful, the unusual, the sort of thing that stands out. Right, what's that? That's standing out.
I think that looks like one of them baskets on either side of a concrete donkey.
I think it's metal. I wonder if that's some sort of smelting pot. That's what I'm going for. That is metal.
You sure?
I think so. Yep. Oh, that's interesting. We're not taking it with us because it is very heavy. Let's have a look at this brown one. What does this say? Oh, that's lovely. I can't actually read that. It's something lovely though. I love the script they've used. Nothing on the other side, but that is such an elegant script.
Got a brick.
Oh, right, what's your brick?
Nelson Company.
Now, there's a place called Nelson near where we live, but I don't think that's come from our Nelson, has it?
No, but I assume there must be a Nelson up here. With Lord Nelson, he tended to get around. At least his name did. And possibly there's a Nelson here because it says Nelson Company Limited, Nelson.
Right.
So probably that was the name of the brick company in the location. Which is interesting because, of course, we found a number of bricks with Elland on.
Yes.
And I found out last night that there were two brick companies in Elland, which is a few miles just south of where we are, near to where we're staying. Beautiful place, ancient place, was on the Doomsday Book, actually, Elland.
Right.
Except it ended with a T in those days. That was in 1086. But they had two brickworks, but the Elland Road brickworks was not in Elland.
Oh,
It was on Elland Road in Leeds.
right.
But the last of the brickworks over at Elland, I saw an advertisement where the actual site, the 6-acre site, was up for sale 2 years ago for 1.3 million. So obviously a very desirable place to be. There we go, bit of history, but there we are. Nelson Company Limited, another brick. I've got two finds to share with you,
Yeah.
but they're very different, but I'm showing them to you for the same reason.
Right.
The first one will be no surprise, it's a brick.
Oh,
In fact, it's half a brick.
does it have anything on it?
It does, and that's why I brought it over.
Pontypool Brick Company.
It's either Pontypool or Pontypridd. I think there's a bit of an O there, is there?
I think so. We'll check it out when we get home because I can blow the size of it up.
And just in this couple of 100 yards that we've been investigating today, we've had Newport, Beaufort, Pontypool, Tredegar, and it just goes to show how the industrial impact when you sunk a colliery in somewhere in this valley benefited the economies all around, because these bricks have come from everywhere bar Bargoed. So they were bringing them in, shipping them in, and of course they were shipping them around the world. So that's, and the reason this is linked to the other item, which is so different, it's all about recognising something from part of the word. I'm sure that Caroline will recognise this name. There we are.
Oh, L'Oreal. Because I'm worth it.
Because you're worth it. Of course you are, dear. I would never question it. I'm not sure what was in that. Was that...
Lipstick, I'd say.
Was it? Because it's got that narrow top. I wonder if it was one of them
No,
eyelash things or something.
no. The lid would have gone on with the rest of Real on it.
Right.
A lipstick.
Now this brick doesn't have the name of a place, but say OBC. Something, I am assuming, brick company.
Could be.
Don't know where. Beginning with O.
Ogmore?
Ogmore, possibility.
Ogilvy?
Yeah. But this one, if you look closely, is covered in life. You see it all moving?
Ooh.
It is totally alive, that is. So it's probably
Best
before...
to put that back in the water.
I'm going to put
quickly.
it back in the water. I don't want anything to be damaged by it. But so that one's staying put, but I'm going to make a note of OBC and check out what brick company that is. That particular brick that Caroline and I were looking at there, the OBC, BC is usually pretty predictable. Brick company, the where to. We discovered that OBC was the mark of Ormsgill Brick Company. So it had come a long way, because Ormsgill is in Barrow-in-Furness, which is far nearer the Lake Districts in the north of England than it is the valleys of South Wales. And the company opened in 1875 and closed in 1920. So when we picked up that brick, we know that it had been made over 100 years ago, and then had been transported by whatever means were available back then, possibly by canal or by horse and trap. But it was brought all the way to Wales and used to build something here. What a trip. What a history. And all from a brick with just 3 letters on it. And that's not the only time we found a brick that's travelled a fair way. Here's another one.
Well, we've come from the bridge over there, and if I use my finger there, that is where we're staying. And I thought I'd show you some of the pretty stones along here. Oh, there's something, I didn't see that. There's something red there. Oh, it looks like a knife handle. Yes, it's a handle of an old dinner service. What do you reckon, 20s, something like that? Rusted away, and some rocks have rusted to the handle. Interesting though, and I like the colour. It's a really rich chestnut brown.
That's what I found.
A brick? We'll come and have a look. You found a brick, have you, Mr. Johnson?
Brick.
It's a baldy brick that side, but I get the feeling it isn't on the other side.
It does look very, very plain that side. But I know what that is now because you told me before.
Oh, Four Press. London Brick Company, Four Press.
Do you think it's London?
Yes.
There we go then. Long way from home.
It is. It's on holidays.
We're on the west coast of Wales. We got a London brick. There's me opening with Llanelli. So as I say, it's the words. It's the information that is on the brick that really creates interest. But very often, the elements do their work. And we find bricks where we have to try and decipher where they came from what is left. Because as the waves crash on the seashore and as the rivers flow, they have that eroding effect, which can just take out all the information on times, but sometimes leave tantalizing little images for us to work with. Take a look at these. Right, I've got 2 more mystery bricks. The one I'm completely at a loss with for sure. And I'm so sad because it looks like it was a beautiful find. This one here. See, there were 2 lines of writing along here. And then there's, see, look at that deeply imprinted number there.
I wonder what that was.
Now at first I thought that was a 19 and the beginning of a date. But there's nothing imprinted after it. And I think it's probably 61.
Yep.
Because these letters are definitely that way up. 2 lines of writing. DCE or DGE.
OCE. I wonder.
OCE.
If you've got any idea what this brick is, please let us know.
Then we've got this one. Now, I think sometimes Ebervale did them in a stylised way, and I think that's a W and that's a V.
Right.
So I'm wondering if we've lost the E-double-B. See the front of the B there?
Yes, it does look like it could be.
It could have been the dot, then E-B-B-W, and then V for Ebervale.
What else have you got there?
One of them.
Oh, that looks like the old hose off a cleaner. The metal hose thing for a 1960s cleaner, Hoover.
Vacuum cleaner. Yeah, that's quite possibly.
What have you found? Oh, a mini brick.
A tiny little brick.
Oh, that is cute.
And look, it did have writing on, but sadly, even with my glasses, I can't read it.
No, it's got an H in it.
Where?
Hale, I think, possibly.
Where?
Hale, possibly, which is Cornwall, which isn't far from here.
Possibly, yeah. I found a brick.
Oh, there we go. Let's have a look at the brick. Right, and what's that? West brick.
West brick.
Very nice.
That's my collection so far, and we've been 20 minutes.
I've seen something behind you. I've got to go.
It's behind me.
It is. Oops, hold on tight, everyone's a bit bumpy. But we've got to have a look at this. Look at that. Do you think that's off a grind wheel? Or yes, I think it possibly is. Let's look at the back. Oh look, it's got writing on it as well. Automatic Scale Co. Limited. ASCO. British made. Oh, that's lovely. If I show you the size, there's my hand. 2 hand spans, and it is silly heavy. Oh, we won't be taking that back, but what a lovely thing to find on the beach.
Yes, a bit tricky to be able to see exactly what we had there. But as so often in life, something that is a problem can also bring its own benefits. And it's the sea that has the biggest impact on the imprints on those bricks. The power of the waves as they crash in during the autumn and winter storms can just smash bricks as well as obliterate their identity and that link with history. But also the power of the sea in certain locations can expose such an abundance of bricks. And that is something we've had the joy of discovering on our journey. And one such place, I've already mentioned it, Splot Beach. And here we are, back on the beach. And as I suspected, plenty of bricks.
Well, there's enough to keep you amused for hours.
Yes, a man in his element. At least a man who likes bricks in his element. I've got a brick pile. I found 4 bricks.
4 bricks?
4 bricks.
Mr. Johnson.
And
yeah,
this is quite pleasant.
Pleasant.
Yes. Proper.
Oh, piece of old glass.
Proper sea glass, isn't it?
Let's see if you can see the colour. Oh, look at that.
So hopefully there's more of that around.
Yeah.
But look.
Oh wow, look at that. I'm amazed.
Now 2 of them are old favourites.
Right.
London Brick Company.
Yeah.
And although it's all burdened up with mud, that's Ebervale.
Right.
But this one we haven't seen before.
Oh, Henleys.
And
oh, what does that say?
Burn Axe, is it? That's Axe, A-X-E. The dash there, and that looks like B-U-R-N.
Yeah, we keep looking. If we can find another brick like that, it'll help us to identify it.
Yeah, but not a bad start.
No.
2 new bricks and 4 bricks in total.
Oh, look, I can see. Here, is that green or does it just look green? No, it's a really deep, dark green. Look at that. I think it's slag glass or something. It's absolutely opaque. Definitely got a green tinge to it though. It does look very much like glass.
Yep, there's no denying, folks. That was a brick enthusiast in his element. Bricks galore. Everywhere. What a fantastic place. I'm so glad that through our research there on the internet, we were able to identify that location, visit it, and what a day. Bricks, bricks, and more bricks. But if you were to challenge me now and say over the 3 years that we've been making these videos and sharing them with you, if I was to pick one location that I would revisit tomorrow as a brick enthusiast and as somebody who loves history, I'd have to say it's on the coast, just north of Liverpool, a place known as Blitz Beach.
That's a nice chunk of sea glass. Ooh, let's have a look. Where's the sunshine? Up there. Very nice. And here's a little piece of brick wall. Very neat and tidy. We found enough bits of brick wall over the years to build a house.
I found 6 bricks.
You found 6 bricks?
Yes, I think finding a brick is not the point today, is
No.
it? We are on Blitz Beach.
If you didn't find a brick, I'd be worried.
Well, when you think that in 1 week, during May of 1941, in 1 week, 12,000 properties were destroyed in the Blitz here in Liverpool. 20,000 people were made homeless. There were almost 200 bombing raids on this area in 1 week. In fact, they reckon the vast majority of the Blitz rubbish that's here was put here in 1 month during May 1941. Absolutely incredible. So there's going to be a fair few bricks.
Yes, there is.
It certainly is. So these are my bricks.
Right, let's have a look what you've got there, Mr. Johnson. So we've got Launchwood, Monk's Newell something. Can't quite
Probably
see.
Brick Company on the bottom.
And we got RPB2, Latham, Dennis, Riaban Brick Terracotta Co Limited, and oh, that's a pretty one.
It is, because I think that's got a date.
Right, 1812.
Yeah, it's now it could be a company registration number, but I think it could, you know, it's in 1812 could be a date.
I can't see what's written on it. But it's very nice.
Definitely says Brick here,
Yep.
Company 1812 Limited. I'm not sure what that word is, and I'll have to have a proper look when we get home.
If you recognise that, please let us know what brick it is, because we can't tell.
Wow, what a place. I know that Andy's cyber leader Andy has just been up there, and I think he's actually visited twice now, because like myself, I think he has found it somewhere that draws you back. An amazing display of the power of nature setting out in its own unique way so much of our history for us to wander through and discover. There's no labels, there's no signs. It's not like a museum where you just follow the path, follow the blue line, and someone will tell you what everything is. You walk your own path. You find your own discoveries. And in your imagination, you create that story for each piece that you come across. Well, I began this video by saying about the inspiration that I have had from the enthusiasm of others who have discovered bricks as a result of Let's Go. And you couldn't do this video without giving mention to Harrison, because he was one of the first to let me know that he had cottoned on to my enthusiasm. Have a look at this video of Harrison there in the States, and boy, he sounds just like me.
Aye, what are we here? I found a brick, and I found a brick.
Well, what an adventure, what a journey. And to bring it right up to date, folks, this year I had a meetup and a brick swap. Yes, I mentioned John earlier on, and his enthusiasm for bricks and the friendship that we've built through his journeys down to the dump in our area and the wonderful gifts that he and Mary have left for us under the donkey jacket led to a meetup in Chepstow, and the very first, but maybe not the last, Let's Go brick swap. Well, here we are with the sound of the bells chime in Chepstow. And it's an inaugural event. Now, I would like to say the bells are chiming for me and John as we're meeting up for our very first brick swap. That wouldn't be quite true. They're chiming because they're chiming. But we are having the inaugural brick swap in Chepstow. This could become a national event in days to come. Who knows? But for today, there's 2 of us. We're swapping bricks and having a great time. We've just been sharing some cups of coffee, lots of chat, and the odd brick exchange. I've got a beautiful small brick that I'll show you in a moment, and John is sporting his official brick shirt and is now the proud recipient of the actual brick that is on the shirt. There we go. Because I've been making a bit of a swap, and as you can see, John's always prepared for snowy weather because he's got extra weight in the boot of his car just to give him traction wherever he goes. So, have you enjoyed today, John?
I certainly have, thank you very much.
Do you think it's going to become an event for the future?
It should. This should be the first annual, and we should go from here.
See hundreds of people coming. Hundreds. There's thousands of bricks and a lot of funny looks from the staff in Wetherspoon.
Just a couple.
Who says bricks are boring? Don't answer that, ladies.
No comment.
It was a rhetorical question. Mary, that was a rhetorical question. Keep your opinion to yourself. Well, who'd have thought it? I never would have imagined that over 3 years ago, when I walked into the local river down at Pengham and picked up a brick and said for the very first time to my darling wife, I found a brick, and saw a look on Caroline's face that was a mixture of confusion and disbelief. But of course, it was the start of this journey that we've shared with you today. Hope you've enjoyed coming with us on the journey. If you have, then please give us a thumbs up. But don't forget, most of all, till the next time we're all together here on a Let's Go adventure, have fun. Bye.